Have you ever pondered on the nature of reality, just how much of what you perceive is the actual truth? Indeed, the world as we perceive it is a fascinating concept, a construct of our senses and a mirror of our thoughts. But what if I told you that this perception is not the entirety of reality, but just a mere fraction of it? This is where the captivating realm of philosophy steps in, unraveling the intricate tapestry of life and existence. Philosophy, from the Greek words for love and wisdom, is the profound love of wisdom, the quest for understanding, the hunger for truth. It's not just about answering the hows and whats, it's about questioning the whys, it's about challenging the status quo, the perceived truths and the accepted norms. It's about peeling back the layers of our consciousness and daring to venture into the unexplored depths of our existence. And yet, philosophy is not a path for the faint-hearted. It requires courage, resilience, and an open mind. Imagine a child who has been told that the sky is blue. One day, this child learns about light refraction and the concept of color perception. And suddenly, the truth isn't as simple as the sky is blue. The child's reality has been altered, questioned, and expanded. That is the essence of philosophy. It shatters our comfort zones, pushes us into the open, and forces us to question everything we've been taught. But why undertake such a journey? Why subject ourselves to this seemingly painful process? Well, the answer is simple yet profound. To truly understand ourselves and the world around us, we must learn to question, to explore, and to seek the truth. And so, as we embark on this philosophical journey, we begin with a narrative that has stood the test of time, a story that brings to light the very nature of reality and the power of inquiry. Let us delve into one of the most profound philosophical narratives ever told, Plato's allegory of the cave. Imagine living your entire life in a dimly lit cave, chained, facing a blank wall. Your reality is confined to the faint shadows flickering on the cave's wall, cast by a fire behind you. You can't see the fire or the objects creating these shadows. All you know is the cave and the shadows. They are your reality. Now consider what would happen if one of the cave dwellers was suddenly freed. The shackles fall, and for the first time he can turn his head. He sees the fire, a blazing entity unlike anything he's ever known. The light is blinding, painful even, but it awakens a curiosity within him. He's compelled to venture out of the cave towards an opening that hints at a world beyond. As he steps outside, he's greeted by the sun. It's a force so bright, so overwhelming that it stings his eyes. But slowly, as his eyes adjust, he starts to see the world in its full glory. There are colors, shapes and movements that he could never have imagined from the mere shadows in the cave. He sees trees, rivers, mountains, and the expansive sky. He sees the objects that were casting the shadows, and he understands. The shadows were just illusions, incomplete representations of a much broader, much more beautiful reality. When he returns to the cave, he's no longer the same. He's seen the sun, felt its warmth, and knows the world beyond the cave. But his fellow cave dwellers are still chained, still content with the shadows. He tries to tell them about the sun, the trees, the rivers, but they can't comprehend it. They laugh, they scorn, they deny. For they have never seen the sun, and to them the shadows are still the reality. This tale, as told by Plato, is more than just a story. It is a metaphor for the human condition and the transformative journey of philosophical inquiry. The cave represents our assumptions, our unquestioned beliefs, the comfort zone we're afraid to step out of. The shadows are the illusions we take for reality, the half-truths we accept without question. The freed prisoner represents the philosopher, the seeker of truth who dares to question, to venture out of the cave of ignorance into the light of understanding. The journey is not easy. It's painful, it's challenging, and it often meets resistance from those who are content with the shadows. But it's a journey that's worth taking. For once you've seen the sun, once you've glimpsed the world beyond the shadows, you can't go back to the cave. You can't unsee the truth. You become a beacon of light, a guide for others still trapped in the cave, still chained by their illusions. This tale, as told by Plato, is more than just a story. It is a metaphor for the human condition and the transformative journey of philosophical inquiry, critical analysis, and the expanding horizons of science. The journey to enlightenment begins with questioning everything. But is it as easy as it sounds? Imagine the freed prisoner from Plato's allegory emerging from the cave's darkness into the blinding brightness of the sun. It's a painful adjustment, isn't it? His eyes sting and water, his skin prickles under the unfamiliar warmth, and the world around him is too sharp, too real. It's discomforting, confusing, and completely alien. This is comparable to the initial shock and discomfort we experience when we begin to question our long-held beliefs and values. It's like stepping out of our own personal caves into the harsh light of critical thinking and self-analysis. Our eyes may sting with the sudden exposure to truths we've never considered. Our hearts may prickle with the uncomfortable realization that things we've held dear may not be as they seem. The world as we know it might just turn out to be a little too sharp, a little too real. But why endure this discomfort? Why not stay within the comfort of the cave, within the familiarity of the shadows? Because the shadows are not reality. They are mere representations, distortions of the truth. To truly understand and engage with the world, we must step into the light, however harsh it may be. Questioning everything is not just about doubting what we've been taught or what we've believed in. It's about critically examining these beliefs and values, dissecting them, understanding their origins, their implications, and their worth. It's about challenging the status quo, pushing boundaries, and seeking truth. It's about asking questions like, were our parents right about the religion they raised us with? Does our culture teach us to value truly valuable things, or does it conflate the cost of something with its value? What does it mean to have valuable possessions versus having our value be in our character? Yes, the process might be painful. It can be disorienting to have our beliefs challenged, our values questioned. But remember the freed prisoner. Once his eyes adjusted to the light, he saw the world as it truly was. He understood the true nature of reality. The journey may be painful, but it is a necessary step towards finding out who you truly are and what you value in life. In a world that often conflates cost with value, what does it truly mean to possess something valuable? A question that urges us to delve beyond the surface, to look past the glittering facade of material possessions and into something more profound, more enduring character. We live in an era where the measure of a man is often linked with the weight of his wallet, the brand of his car, or the size of his house. But these material possessions, though shiny and impressive, are transient. They are not reflections of who we truly are. They do not define us. So what does? What is this inherent value we speak of? It's our character, the essence of our being, the moral compass that guides us, the virtues we uphold, the values we cherish. These are the things that truly define us. They are the things that endure, that withstand the test of time, that cannot be bought or sold. Character is not something we can purchase off the shelf or order online. It's not something we can inherit or borrow. It's something we cultivate, we nurture, we develop. It's in the choices we make, the actions we take, the words we speak. It's in the way we treat others, the way we respond to adversity, the way we celebrate success. That's what makes character the most valuable possession. It's the beacon that lights our path, the anchor that grounds us, the shield that protects us. It's the legacy we leave behind, the footprint we make on the world. It's the currency of the soul, the wealth of the spirit. So let's reflect for a moment. What do we value? Do we value things, or do we value character? Do we measure our worth by what we own or by who we are? Do we seek to possess more or to become more? These are questions worth pondering, worth exploring. Because at the end of the day, the most valuable possession you can ever have is not something you can buy, but something you develop, your character. Embracing the journey of self-exploration and philosophical enlightenment is no easy feat, but the rewards are immeasurable. Throughout this discussion, we've journeyed from the shadows of Plato's cave, where reality was but an illusion, to the blinding light of truth and knowledge. We've grappled with the discomfort of questioning everything we've been taught, from the religion of our parents to the values of our culture. We've had to wrestle with the notion of value, to discern between the ephemeral worth of possessions and the enduring merit of character. It's a journey fraught with challenges, with moments of doubt and confusion, but it's also a journey of growth, of self-discovery, and ultimately of liberation. By daring to question, we open ourselves to the possibility of understanding the world and our place in it in a profoundly deeper way. We get to decide our beliefs and values for ourselves instead of having them handed to us. So dare to step out of the cave. Embrace the discomfort, question everything, discover yourself for yourself. Remember Socrates, the unexamined life is not worth living. Never stop learning, never stop discovering.